Hey everybody, welcome back to Active Self-Protection Extra. It's Neil out here on the Widener Range. Got my buddy Jake. We're going to continue on with the next step in some micro drills that hopefully you've been working along with at home, but here's the next step.
Today's video is brought to us by Mantis. The Mantis family of products is integral to ASP staff building handgun and carbine skills and are your most economical and fastest path to improvement in your skills too. Whether you choose the X10, the Laser Academy, the Blackbeard, or use them all in concert, they will help your practice be more effective, efficient, and fun. Go check them out, pick up a unit, and thank them for sponsoring today's video.
Jake, welcome back.
Hi.
Thanks for being here.
Yeah.
Again, this is Jake. Jake is a very accomplished shooter. He knows what he's doing. He's had to kind of back off a little bit of his speed and technique just to help me out with this kind of stuff, right? Which has been awkward.
Well, it's still learning, so.
Yeah, but you get to see kind of what some other people get to see too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so awesome. So what we've done over the past couple of weeks is we're working on the visually quiet draw, which gives us some speed and accuracy because we're taking out all of the inefficiencies that we can find. And everybody at home has their own inefficiencies. Everybody's a little bit different, right? And so you're different than me. And when I say, hey, do this, then all of a sudden you see all kinds of weird inaccuracies, right? That may not even be you, but I'm hoping that we're giving people at home something to think about and work in their dry fire and their range trips. But let's revisit. A couple of weeks ago, we did the clear the cover garment and get to the gun. Can we show everybody kind of what that was? So when I say go ahead, we clear the cover garment and we get to the gun. No movements, shoulders, all that. Now, I would have you relax your shoulders a little bit, but go ahead and clear that up. So when you're ready, go ahead. There you go. Got to the gun. And now when we get done, we mentally inspect our work. From this position, do you like everything that you've got?
I would switch
good
this
catch,
up.
See? Yeah. Why?
Well, as you've seen in the last video, I was filming the.
You're gonna catch your thumb. So after every one of these, visually and mentally inspect. I did it a little bit. I get that. I break the wrist, and that gives me a little bit more. But there you go. So good. There's a good lesson. Okay. So now last week, what we did was we started here with everything exactly the way we want it, with a hand on the gun. Let's show them that. Now we're safe to go ahead and draw out that way. So we're gonna marry up. Go ahead. Now we're gonna review and look at everything, visually inspect. If it's the way we want it, mentally note that so that we can do that again. If it's not, get it the way you want it, then mentally note it, go back into the holster. Learn your lessons as you go. All right. Now this last one, what we're gonna do is we're gonna start at our married up position and we're gonna press out and pull the trigger. Okay, now this isn't just a press out and pull the trigger as fast as we can. Here, I'm gonna turn down range here. It's not gonna be, we're gonna start here with all the grip that we want and everything the way that we want this, right? And it's not just that, you see all that and I'm exaggerating a little bit, but really when people are going fast, you see this and they throw it out there. That's what we want. Is we're gonna go slow, and I know that it's kind of a faux pas to say go slow with the gun. No, we're just slow down and get the process and show care. And so we're just gonna come out. We're just gonna press out as soon as we see our sight. We're just gonna let it go. Okay. So we're doing all of that from our marry up position, and then we'll add some speed as we go. And that's what we're gonna do. But that is the micro drill for this week. So Jake, I'm gonna make sure that I got you good and in frame so we can kind of talk through this. Perfect. Go ahead and get to your marry up position. Okay. Now what I want you watching is the shoulders for movement. Let's start there. Go ahead and press out, see your sight, pull the trigger. Okay. Reset, come on back. Give us one more. There you go. Now, Jake, do a tactical turtle for everybody just to show them so we can talk about this. Go ahead. Okay. Now, did it take you that long to see your sight just because you don't do this?
Yeah, I don't.
Okay. So go ahead and research. So now those are the two extremes. I want you at home to the extreme of do it the right way. See how he just brings the gun to his eyes? Because if he tactical turtles, I'm going to put my hands all over you right now, right? So come to your marry up. Come to your marry up. Okay, so now we're going to tactical turtle together. Watch what my hands do. So as he goes, see all that extra movement? So he's got his eyes moving down and the gun moving up, and that's what takes longer to see your sights. Also, he's not near as sturdy, right? So I can just basically push him around. So now all of a sudden the gun pushes him around. Now do it the right way. Press out. Now I can't. Because I outweigh you by 100 pounds. But yeah, now he's much more sturdy as we do this, right? So now the gun. So there's a lot of stuff. That's a whole nother lesson and a whole nother video. But that's why we're doing it that way. Okay. Now that we've seen the shoulders and we've seen the lack of movement, and we've seen the wrong way and the right way. Now press out. Now what I want you watching at home is his trigger finger. Go ahead and prep that trigger and press out. There you go. Give us another one. Freeze. Now, Jake, where would that hit?
That would have been upper right of the A.
Okay.
Is where it finally clicked.
Okay, so go ahead and reset. Come back to your Mario. Now, this is the last step of this, and where this micro drill ends is not pressing the trigger, but seeing your sight on the target and understanding where it would have been. That's called shot calling. Again, a whole nother video, probably series of learning how to do that. That's a big deal. But if it's throwing it out there and pressing the trigger and that's all we're doing, okay, you're getting some speed stuff and you're going to find some efficiencies there as well. But if you aren't seeing your sights, you're probably not going to get your hit. And you may get your hit, who knows, but if you're seeing your sights, all of a sudden you're going to read things. And this is where the dot becomes really helpful, in that you can read a dot and you go, oh, the dot's here, and I can move it. And okay, so now I can fix that next time, and I can drive with my left hand, or I can drive. All of those things come from having the dot and moving out and finishing with where would have that hit been. So you have to recognize. So give us a few more and call your shots.
Okay. Just to the right of the A.
Okay.
I want to say that right at the crossbar of the A.
Okay. So dead on.
I think so. It would have been on the lower side, but.
Okay. Well, we're doing A zone, so I don't care. But go ahead.
Right side slant of the A.
Okay, why? Let's review that one. We're micro drilling, so let's drill in micro. Okay.
As I pressed out, it took me an extra second to find my sight, and if I remember correctly, I forgot to start transitioning the finger to the trigger, so I kind of fudged on a lot of different areas.
There was a couple of things that happened there. What I saw from this side, I couldn't see your trigger finger. What I saw was at that last minute, you broke your wrist. And so we've talked about this when I messed up the camera. So this is my fault, not yours. But we talk about front side proud with our dot, right? And so as we come out, we break the wrist and bring it up to you. What some folks will tend to do, their interpretation of that is we keep front side proud till we're out here, and then we drop it down like so. And you have a tendency, we exaggerated a lot for the video, but you have a tendency to come out like so and then drop that last little micro inch or whatever it is to bring your dot down from 12 o'clock. So start bringing your dot down from 12 o'clock out here. Okay, you've got the consistency that you can drive it, and that's going to give you some more quickness. So go ahead and give us some more of those. Good.
There we go.
That was good. I'm going to stand over here and watch your trigger. There we go.
That was at the A.
All right, go ahead and holster up. All right, now let's put this micro drill together and go live. Now we'll put it all together in another video where we do the whole thing, but now we're going to go live. So go ahead and let's grab our eyes and ears. All right, Jake, go ahead and load and make ready.
All right.
We're at about 5 yards for those at home, and we'll show the target when we're done. But go ahead and load and make ready. Okay, so from the marry up position, press out, see your sights. As soon as you see enough, let it go.
Sounds good.
Go ahead. Go ahead. Give me 3 more of those.
Sounds good.
Okay, now come back. Now, as soon as you pull the trigger, this is going to be weird. I want you to just close your eyes. So you can't, I don't want you to see your hit. I want you to close your eyes and tell me what you hit. But now I want you, your point of aim is going to be the head box, so then I can read it.
Okay.
Okay?
Sounds good.
I know this is going to be hard, but just humor me, okay? As soon as you pull the trigger, close your eyes and then tell me where you hit. Does that make sense?
Yep.
All right, go ahead.
That was low and slightly to the left.
Okay, come on back. Is that where your sight was when you had it? So you're low and slightly to the left. That's a pretty good read. And I was watching his eyes. It was like bang, and you closed your eyes. I'm like, I thought you closed your eyes before you pulled the trigger. So that was a pretty good read, man. Well done. Okay, do that one more time.
It's off to the left. I need to give more pressure to my left thumb. I don't know if it was low, but I know it was to the left.
Okay, go ahead. Look at that. So both those shots are exactly where you called it. Now, I'm not saying go to your range and close your eyes. Please don't hear that. Please don't do that. It's going to get you kicked off a range. We're at my range. This is my house, like my rules. If you have your own range, you can probably do this. But to prove the point that Jake's a pretty darn good shooter and can read his sights, he got both of those right on. And you knew what you needed to do both times, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so now let's introduce the time to it. What we've been doing is I've got this par time set at 0.4. So the second beat, don't go ahead, don't shoot. I just want everybody to hear at home. Here's what it sounds like. That's how fast. So I want the shot to break before the second beat, okay? So you've got 0.4 to get out, see your sights, which is a half second, Jake. That's plenty of time. And keep using the head box, okay?
Sounds good.
All right. We should have done this dry. If you're at home, do that dry, work that dry once you kind of figure out and can see your sights. But the whole idea is if you put together a 0.4 to the holster and a 0.4 to marry up and a 0.4 to pull the trigger, you're at a 1.2 second draw. That's not shabby. Not shabby at all, right? Now, you're faster than that, but that's not a shabby. That's a pretty darn good one, right? Okay, so get to your marry up position. Are you ready?
Ready.
Stand by. Okay. So now we added the pressure. What happened?
I flinched. I need to clear my head.
And you were at a .76.
Yeah, that
so
took forever.
my ears aren't tight. Okay. All right. So let's do that again. So here's the thing. When we do one of those, we let it go. No sweat, no harm, no foul. If we carry that shot to our next one, it's just going to mess us up more. So that was one. It's the first time on the timer. So here we go. Are you ready?
Ready.
Stand by. Okay. Did not pick that one up. You were a little bit late, but you're high. I mean, you're almost dead center in the head box. So we're shooting at a 3x5 inch card. I'll show you here in a minute. Right above it, line break. All right. Are you ready?
Ready.
Stand by. .76 again. So try to go on the buh. Are you ready?
Ready.
Stand by.
Ah.
You're just going all the way around the head box. Did
I'm
I
just,
give you too small a target?
I'm gonna cut it out by the time the video's done. So
you got her. Here we go. Stand by. There we go. You got your hit. I'm not sure why it's not. Maybe it's just because we're going so fast. It's not picking it up in that speed. But I think you were right behind the beep on that one. Let's do this. I'll just turn off the second beep. Don't shoot. I gotta test this.
Yep.
Okay. Are you ready?
Ready.
Stand by. There you go. .57.
Better.
One more time. Okay. Get your marry up. Relax. Relax. There you go. Are you ready?
Ready.
Stand by. There you go. .46. You're in the big head box. I'll take it, right?
Right.
This is something new. This is a micro drill. Okay, here we go. Stand by. There you go. .52. All right, go ahead and safely holster up, Jake. All right, so here were the first shots. When we weren't timing anything, we were just going, look at that nice little, and you were calling those shots, well, you weren't calling those shots, you were just making those hits. When we moved up here, this was that first shot. The low and just slightly left, I mean, slightly left by a 9mm. Low and a little bit left was this one, and then these were the moving around. This was the last shot. This was the 4.7. I don't remember what these two were, but those were when you were really throwing it. That was, I think, the first one when you really threw it out. You're like, oh, I don't know what happened. But here's the thing. When we do this, let's get in here with me, Jake. When we do this stuff, Jake, the point of it, all of it, isn't to always be here. This tiny little circle, if this is what you are, that's great. That's awesome shooting. But if we don't push ourselves to the point where we open it up a little bit, we never get better. It's like going to the gym and just walking around and looking at the weights. That you don't get stronger doing that. You know what I mean?
Right.
You have to push yourself. And so when I pushed it and I said, hey, I want that shot to go off in point in less than half a second, all of a sudden that adds a little bit of pressure and some time, and now everything opens up a little bit. Because down here you're at, you know, .7, .8, .9s, and up here when we're really trying to push, things open up, and that's completely okay because you are a good shooter and you're able to, even with this one, you're like, or no, it was this one. I gotta have a little more pressure with my thumb. Okay, that's your grip issue that you've got to do. So now with a little bit more pressure on the thumb, all of a sudden you're over here. And so that's the point of these micro drills. If you can do these at your range, and this one is a gun in hand, you're not drawing, so if your range doesn't let you draw, then great, you don't have to. Set your par timer at, you know, 0.4, maybe set your par, depending on who you are as a shooter, maybe your par time is 1 second. Maybe you need to say, okay, I've got to get from here to bang and get my hit in a second. Maybe it's 0.25. I don't know who you are, it depends on who's watching, but that's the point of these micro drills, is to get better and push ourselves to get better. And now that we've done all that, next week we get to put it all together. Thanks, bro. Nice shooting.
Thank you.
See you next time.